Hello teachers, I am going to show you how to add our blank digital science notebook to our Google Classroom for students to access. Now you can access your Google Classroom through Launchpad or just classroom.google.com. Once you have your classroom set up, you are able to add by clicking on the plus in the bottom right corner here, and you can create an announcement, an assignment, a question, or even redistribute a post. We are going to create an assignment today so that we can add our digital notebook for our students to have a copy of their own. So clicking on Create Assignment will bring a pop-up box for us to see what we're working on. You can see your class title here, who it's going to be distributed to, and then you can give it a name. I'm going to call it Digital Notebook. There's an option for instructions. However, your students will be able to download the notebook itself to be their own copy, and this will allow for them to work on it in their own Google Drive. So I'm going to skip the instructions portion only because I'm not concerned about it, and for today I'm going to skip the due date. You can always come in here and put in the due date that you would like to see your items completed, and it will remind students about those due dates. You can also use topics. I like to use topics for different things so my students know what I am working on and what they should be focused on within that subject. You can choose any topic you want or create a new topic if you don't have topics assigned already. I'm going to attach an item from my Google Drive, so I'm going to select the Drive icon. And once it loads, I'm able to see my most recent items that I've worked on. I can also go to my Drive and find the items that I want to upload by navigating to their location in the folder. I can find my digital science notebook here, select it, click Add, and you can see that it shows here at the bottom a title, a small preview, and then I can choose what my students are able to do. In this case, I want to make a copy for each of my students so they can all have their own notebook. Click Make Copy for each student. And this is something we're going to work on tomorrow in class, so I'm going to go ahead and assign it so it's there when we're ready. I can also schedule a time to assign or even save a draft just in case I'm not sure I want to give this to my students yet. Again, I'm going to go ahead and assign so that it is available for my students, and as soon as it's been attached, I can now see that it is here. I can see that it's scheduled to go to 111 students, so depending on how many you have in your classroom, and you'll be able to see when students have turned in what you have asked them for. So this has been a brief lesson on how to add, in this case, our digital science notebook to our Google Classroom so that each student will have a copy of their own.